Hello, curious humans. I'm popping on today with a video where I want to speak to expectations in a general way and expectations around relationship. And this is very particular to you all out there that are coming out later in life and you're really, you've gone through it. You might have been married for a long time. You might have been partnered to men for a long time. And you have found your way out, or you are finding your way out, and you have this idea about relationship that is, something that you desire deeply with a woman, which is wonderful, and also a very specific way that you believe that relationship looks. And that is based upon everything that you have learned thus far as a human in the world and how we humans do relationship. So today what I want to talk about is the idea of really breaking this down. I hear women who have come out and maybe they're still living with their husbands, but they are waiting for the right woman, the right one to appear. And they have this idea that there is one right woman. And there might be one right woman today or now. But whether that woman remains the right woman for the remainder of time for you is something that is going to be a journey that you are going to travel upon and along with this human while you decide over and over again if you want to keep choosing each other. And I know that that sounds not as romantic and sexy and desirable as just landing on that person that is like your person and feeling forever like this is the one that is going to fulfill all of your wishes and desires and inspire you in all the ways, and it's just going to be an easy ride because you're going to have found your person. But the reality is that relationships actually take a lot of intentionality. And so when you find yourself, right, you've gone through all this work to come out, you have finally come out, and you are starting to think about where you might meet the next woman and who you might meet. I want to sort of like invite you to really break down the box of what a relationship can look like. I can tell you, I have heard stories of women that have met over social media and not even on the dating apps. They've met over social media. They became friends through social media and spent time really like doing things together, meeting up, going on vacations and things like that and being friends, and then eventually realized they had feelings beyond that. And one of them moving to another state to be with the other one, right? And then from there, maybe the relationship does look a little bit more traditional where they move in together and maybe they even get married, right? It's possible. I have heard about relationships where two people live in different places and they have a living apart together agreement. So they each have their own homes, they each have their own things going on, but they meet up maybe once or twice a month and spend time together, enjoy each other, stay connected in the in-between, right? And they don't know exactly what next year is going to bring or 3 years or 5 years down the road is going to bring, but that's okay because they feel very connected to one another. And they also have a lot of things going on, right? As you come out later in life, if you're in your 40s or your 50s or your 60s, you might have kids, you might still be launching your children, you might have aging parents, you might have a business or a career that you're taking care of that is requiring of your energy, and you might not be able to just throw your entire life to the side so that you can just go move in with somebody, right? That's not always possible. That does not mean that a relationship is not possible. So what I want to say to you is, to really break down the box of how you envision relationship. I also know women that are still married, that are living in their families with their husband, with their children. Their husbands know that they're gay. they have met a woman in another state who is living with her husband and her children, and they are connecting via FaceTime, and digitally they're connecting, Zooming, and they make plans again, like to meet up somewhere special and go do vacations here and there, right? So there's all different ways to be in relationship. I'm offering this to you just because I do hear from some women that they're waiting for the right woman to come along. And I strongly believe, I have been out since 2002, and I have had many right women come along, and they were right for that time, and they were right for what I needed, and they were right for what I needed to learn in that point of my life and how my life was structured. And the relationships were not together forever relationships, right? This is something we are sold. We are conditioned to believe that this is the one way relationships happen. And if that happens, it's absolutely beautiful, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. But don't limit yourself to that, right? Let your mind expand. Let your opportunities and possibilities expand. Think outside of the box, right? Once you've left the box of heteronormativity, anything becomes possible. So that's my offering to you all. I really want you to open up your mind to what is possible and not keep yourself in this box that we've been sold of how it's going to look, this relationship escalator, which has one step up, one step up, one step up. It always leads to the same thing, moving in together, getting engaged, getting married, and being together forever, right? Maybe that will work, but don't enter a relationship with that expectation, really, because you might miss all of the things that are happening along the way. And just be focusing on the future, right? And like I said, there's nothing wrong with having that together forever experience. But if you are going to have that, don't romanticize it. This is going to be work. You're going to be putting it in. You're going to be choosing each other day after day after day, right? So this is when you come out later and you have to go through the evolution of getting to know yourself and connecting your own dots and really becoming a better communicator, getting to know yourself better, right? This is part of the journey. A relationship takes intentionality day in and day out. You keep choosing one another because it works, because it feels good, because you understand each other. If that ends up not being the case and you can't get through that, then maybe that's a sign that this person was not the person forever, right? But that doesn't mean that they're not your person. You might have learned a great deal about yourself in that relationship and about how you are in relationship and how you show up and where your struggles are, right? So allow that information as data to come to you and absorb that, and don't view yourself as having failed. View yourself as learning, right? You are learning, you are evolving, you are growing, right? This is just a whole different construct. This is not what we are taught. I am offering you a different way, a different lens to look at all of this. And that is my offering for today. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next time.